Mr. Brown, we can start with you if you're ready. Welcome.
Thank you. I want to thank the members of the committee. I want to thank the sponsors of the Reproductive Healthcare Act, for which I'm here to testify and oppose the alternatives. It was more than 4 decades ago that the Supreme Court of the United States recognized that it is a woman's right and not the government's right to decide and have control over her reproductive health care. And since then, there's been a concerted effort, a political effort across the country to repeal that right. And people in communities across Rhode Island and across the United States for over 40 years have been fighting to protect it. And all the while, Rhode Island government has sat on the sidelines as this fight has been waged. And it's because of governments and leaders sitting on the sidelines on issues like this, and on this particular issue, that this right is now truly at risk. And the Rhode Island government can no longer afford to sit on the sidelines. It needs to take a stand, it needs to take a position, it can't waffle, it needs to lead, it needs to do it now. It was 100 years ago that my great-grandmother was a suffragette, fighting for the women's right to vote. It was 50 years ago that my mother was in the women's rights movement of the 1960s and 1970s. I don't say this to praise them. I say it to say that we have been waiting, and women have been waiting a long time for women to have equal rights in this country. And we shouldn't have to wait anymore. And the Rhode Island government taking a stand and passing the Reproductive Healthcare Act finally this year would be a step in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.